down 13%. That's how much Bicara Therapeutics stock has fallen over the past month, trading at $28.15 when the month opened, now sitting at $24.39. For new biotech investors, that should seem impossible. Bicara just announced something that should be unambiguously bullish. 3 years of clinical trial data proving that Ficera works. Breakthrough efficacy, regulatory validation. This is the news that should make a stock soar. Instead, the market sold off. And understanding why teaches you something fundamental about biotech that most investors miss. The timeline is crucial. For months, Bicara had been advancing Ficera through clinical trials. This is the standard progression in biotech. Identify a target, run preclinical work, move into human trials, gather data, then announce results. At month start, investors were positioned for success. The stock reflected optimism at $28.15. The market had priced in positive clinical data. Patients were being enrolled. Efficacy was being measured. The narrative was intact. Then the results arrived. 3 years of patient data showing that Ficera works. This should have been an inflection point. The moment when a clinical stage story converts into a commercial opportunity. Scientifically, it absolutely was. The drug has proven efficacy in human trials. Regulatory pathways become clearer. The competitive landscape becomes more defined. Commercialization becomes visible. Everything aligned perfectly. The data was stellar. The stock should have rallied on this news. Instead, investors panicked. Within weeks, the stock collapsed from $28 to $24.39. The monthly high of $28.92 proved unsustainable. The monthly low dropped to $23.27. The volatility tells you something simple. Massive uncertainty exploded. And that uncertainty wasn't about the science. It was about everything that comes after the science. Here's what happened on the timeline. Bicara announced this breakthrough clinical data at nearly the same moment they announced a C-suite overhaul. New executives were coming in. Old leadership was leaving. And this is the timing that terrified investors. Not because the drug doesn't work, but because organizations matter. Leadership matters. And leadership changes create risk. Most casual investors don't understand this dynamic. They think, good drug data equals stock goes up. But the market quickly learns that clinical validation is only part of the story. You can have a drug that works perfectly in trials and still fail to reach patients. This is called the valley of death in biotech. It's not where drugs fail in clinical trials. That's earlier. The valley of death is where successful drugs fail commercially. It's where organizational execution fails despite brilliant science. And it happens constantly. After you prove a drug works, you face an entirely different set of challenges. Manufacturing at scale, reimbursement negotiation with payers, building and scaling a sales organization, managing supply chains, navigating regulatory approval pathways, pricing strategy, market access. These are organizational challenges, not scientific ones. And they require specific expertise, experienced leadership, and people who understand the market. This expertise is fragile. It lives in people's heads. And when leadership turns over, you risk losing it. The people who understand reimbursement leave. The people who know manufacturing partnerships leave. The people who understand the competitive landscape leave. When these people leave, you lose more than just employment records. You lose tribal knowledge, the informal networks, the relationship capital built over years, and you're left with new executives who are learning the business for the first time. Right when you need institutional knowledge the most. Bicara's investor base is asking critical questions right now. Does the new leadership understand the competitive landscape for Ficera? Do they have experience negotiating reimbursement? Is manufacturing actually ready to scale to commercial volumes? Are distribution partnerships in place? Is the sales strategy clear? Has the sales team been built? Every single one of these questions matters enormously. And every single answer is now uncertain because leadership is in transition. The market quantified that uncertainty at 13% of market value. That's the discount investors are applying because of the C-suite overhaul during a critical window. The drug works. The data is brilliant. But the company executing the commercialization is now in flux. New executives might reprioritize resources. They might want to delay the launch to rebuild something. They might want to accelerate aggressively in a way that creates risk. They might want to shift the go-to-market strategy completely. Or they might actually be exactly what the company needs. The uncertainty itself is the problem. This teaches you something crucial about biotech valuations that separates sophisticated investors from the rest. A winning drug and a winning company are not the same thing. Science is one thing. Execution is another. A drug is created by researchers in laboratories. A company is run by executives and operational teams. Researchers solve problems through chemistry and biology. Executives solve problems through supply chains, capital allocation, organizational design, and strategic decisions. And executives are much harder to evaluate, especially when they're new, especially when they're taking over during the most critical window in the company's history. Think about what Bicara is facing right now. They have proven that Ficera works. That's done. That's certain. But they're entering a period where dozens of execution variables matter. Manufacturing readiness, regulatory pathway clarity, competitive response from larger pharmaceutical companies, reimbursement environment, sales force effectiveness. All of these will be filtered through new leadership. And all of these can go wrong, even with a great drug. History is full of drugs that worked brilliantly in trials but never reached patients because companies fumbled the execution. Not because the science failed, but because the organization failed. Because leadership made wrong calls. Because manufacturing didn't scale. Because reimbursement negotiations failed. Because sales teams didn't execute. Because strategic priorities shifted. Because institutional knowledge was lost. Bicara could become one of those stories, not because Ficera doesn't work, but because the people running Bicara during the commercialization phase might not be equipped. That's the risk. That's what the 13% stock decline is pricing in. So here's the twist in this story. That clinical breakthrough might not actually be good news at all right now. It's only good news if Bicara can execute the commercialization. The science is proven. But the organization is uncertain. So the market looked at this and said, the drug works, but the company making it is in transition. And in biotech, transition is risk. Leadership changes introduce strategy uncertainty. Strategy uncertainty introduces execution risk. Execution risk introduces the possibility that a brilliant drug never reaches patients. That risk is worth 13% of market value to investors. It's the risk that separates the drug makers who become billion-dollar companies from the ones that become cautionary tales. Bicara might win. The new leadership might execute brilliantly. But right now, the market is saying that the organization is the limiting factor, not the science. That's why the stock fell despite the breakthrough. That's how you read biotech. And that's how you avoid investing in companies that win in the laboratory but lose in the market.